What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games B.S. presented by Den Media Group. Wait a minute. Whatever. Presented by Den Media Groups, brought to you by AlphaMaleJax.com. Go to AlphaMaleJax.com for all your just human performance needs, man. Become a mutant. That's basically the best way. Live your best life. If you're drinking, partying, tailgate season, let's find out what we're allergic to. Hopefully, I'm not allergic to Blanton's. So we just got a shipment. If anybody wants to know, we're inside the world's greatest cigar lounge. Membership has its perks. Ownership has its perks. We get a lot of Blanton's, and if you don't know what Blanton's is, it's pretty much some very primo liquor. So I think I got somebody bringing me some Weller today too. So my grandmother said life's too short to drink cheap whiskey and smoke. Well, she didn't say anything about cigars, but I add smoke bad cigars. A lot of stuff's been going on. A lot of content's been pushed out. If you are looking for something to listen to, am I frozen or is had a great interview yesterday. Shout out to all the members who joined the live. I told everybody for even though he came a little bit late, but I told everybody for the whole week that we were going to have Nephew on. And Nephew is Kalen DeLoach. Kalen DeLoach came on. We did a 30-minute interview. I thought it was good. It came even better. It was one-on-one. Members ask great questions. I'm going to try to do that once a week, have a member exclusive interview or just somebody that comes in where we could chop it up and you get to ask the questions. Think about it like this, guys. Y'all had the opportunity to ask one of the better players on the team a question, and I think we got 3 questions. Are you serious? Yeah, since it's fucking Friday, and if you're a member, go into the community. If you want, let's go ahead and pair this, Miles. We can go ahead. If you want, you can call in. I'm starting to get a little jealous. Not even gonna lie to you. CJ does a show. I come on. People giving the super chat. People calling CJ's show. Chris does a call-in show. Everybody calling Chris's call-in show. People will call their call-in shows that listen to my show and ask questions on their call-in show to me. But when I say, hey, hey, call me. Let's have a good time. Let's talk. Let's chop it up. You know what I get? Crickets. Don't even get questions. But the number is in the member chat. If you're not a member, I need you to figure that out. Change that. We have Renegade Report, Fire Interview. My guy B. Lynn asked some really good questions. Eric was in the house. All of that stuff, man. Appreciate you guys. And another thing, literally the only show that I'm seeing that's talking about giving away stuff, we are 10 members away from our next level, from leveling up. I'm not going to bitch too much because a few days ago we were 60. But right now we're 10 away from 3K. Still need to get back our members to get back up over 100 members and whatnot. But, that's the goal. Those are the goals to get us to 3K, to stay at a consistent 100 members. Continue to push and grow the channel. Once we get to 3K, we'll give away $300. Once we get 3K, we'll get $300. We'll also give away 2 pairs of tickets to the Virginia Tech game next week for Florida State. I'll have stuff for other people in Jack stuff. But my week has already been active. I've been driving around, traveling. I was in Tallahassee yesterday. Obviously, that's where you saw the Kalen DeLoach interview, but that's not why I was in Tallahassee. I was in Tallahassee to give my grandmama her free. She's back home with my mama. And now we have now I had to come back here to record, do a couple business dealings, and then I got to get ready to go to Orlando to go coach with Mandarin High School. So hopefully we'll win. That's going to be a good game. If you're in the area, come check out Lake Mary versus Mandarin. And it's basically the number 1 and number 2 seeded teams in class 4M Metro, well, in the North. So we're the biggest classification in the state of Florida. It should be a high scoring game. Lake Mary has a Division I quarterback. They got 2 D1 wide receivers going up against 3 D1 DBs. Going up against their defense is going up against a 5-star wide receiver in Jamie French Jr. And a bunch of college guys. Should be a really good game if you ain't got nothing to do and you're in that area. Come and check us out. See what other housekeeping things we got. Y'all guys know about my guy Jack Coleman. I just told you about our interview with Nephew. So we got that up there. This is the link. If you're in the members, it's there. It'll be up probably like around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. If you're not a member, go check it out. A lot of interesting, unique perspectives. He talks about my favorite coach, my son's favorite coach, Adam Fuller. Because as for me and my house, we are unapologetic Adam Fuller apologists. And he talks about some of those things. Just good stuff all around. So, check that out. Trying to see what other housekeeping things we got. That dang Marquise thing is funny. We're going to come to that in a minute. That's my life. Shit, I'm a little mad. You can post this. I'm a little upset right now. I've gone shopping in the locker room, in the equipment room. I gotta go shopping again. This is the all-in experience, but he got more all-in experience than me. Look at the swag they gave him. This motherfucker didn't play for Florida State. Look at that cap. My guy D-Lo had a sweatshirt with that Florida State, with the old Florida state of Florida logo. But I mean, look at this. Look at the polos. Like, that's clean. I got that hat. I need that polo. I need that polo. I need that shirt. I have that shirt. I need that cap. I think they showed the white one. I have the white one. Heck, as much as my mom steals from me, my mom stole my bucket. She was just like come up off that bucket for me. I'm super busy already. For those who don't know, in the next 55 days, it's crazy, right? 54 of the next 55 days will have a college football or an NFL game on it. And for guys like me, I do this for a living, but it's also my peace time. It's like when I try to calm down and relax. And anybody who knows, why do women always say, I can watch it and like, I'll be quiet, I won't bother you. Knowing good and damn well that's never the case. Somebody gonna ask something, you're gonna be there, you're gonna pick up the phone, it's just like, people who my life always has activity. And sometimes I just want to be in silence. But it's the Marquise one. Like, it's a good little, sometimes there's a skit that just always, that you can just relate to. And it just gives you, it just lets you can feel them. You feel their essence and where they're coming from. Man even has dreads. It's been my life since my dreads were young and not as long as they are now. But so women don't get the picture even when it's drawn. It's just sometimes.
Hey, babe. What you doing? Oh, you watching football? Well, I know you love that, so I'll be quiet. Who is that?
Derek Carr.
Oh, why he look like that? Oh, my arm itch. Oh, babe, I ain't even tell you. Me and Tamika had went to the Toga yesterday, and this white girl gonna act like she ain't see Tamika and bump her. I'm like, oh, So I went over there and I told her.
Just like it's just you trying to
Me and
avoid the
Tamika had went to the.
argument, but it's like they don't even care. They just like they got to get what they got to get, and I get it. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I got a son right now who's about to delve into that world that he doesn't even know. Did you know your nephew got like a girlfriend now? Well, he says it's not his girlfriend. Every time I do it, he tells me I'm embarrassing him. But he's got a little, so I'm minding my business. He's got a little girl he's talking to on the phone. Her name is Pat. I mean, not Pat, Peyton. And so I just hear, in elementary school, they all have the little voice. The voice that that sounds like none of them are developed. So it could have been one of his homies. And then I was told, I was like, oh, Peyton's a girl. Peyton's a thick girl too. I'm like, okay. Little mulatto girl, man. Shout out to Peyton and shout out to Trey. Went over there and pinched his cheeks. I said, you over there talking to girls on my phone that I pay for? That's what I'm talking about right there, man. I was so proud. I was just talking about them the other day. I told y'all, you know your kids now. Some of y'all, that's why you got to be a parent. You wouldn't be shocked if they was part of the consonants. If you guys are more parents, that's one fear I don't have of my sons. I think they will. I think the problem is, well, Trey is a pleaser. Killer is a killer. Trey's gonna be the ladies' woman, and Killer's just gonna be the one that's just very aggressive. But anyways, that was just my hope, my happiness. Trey's talking to girls on the phone, and now the only thing I have to worry about is, trying to keep him away from specific type of girls that I thought at first. So Uncle Shay Shay, who, by the way, is like very out, and have you seen how out in the open he is about what happened with him and Skip Bayless now? Oh man, he is like letting it be known. But on Club Shay Shay, he interviewed notable whore, Brittany Renner, and Brittany Renner is basically for whatever reason, every girl's dream right now. She was an IG thought fitness model that turned into a celebrity by just talking sexually, writing a book about her sexual exploits, and all these different things. And she said something, and I think Uncle Shay Shay was shocked, and I was shocked, but America is split down the middle with why they're shocked. Because if you know her, she's like, she went to go speak at Jackson State about warning young men to stay away from chicks like her. She's a baby mama to an NBA player that was younger than her. I can kind of understand that. I've been in that position before. But just play this, and then I'll tell you why I was shocked, and I'm gonna tell you why Uncle Shannon and what a lot of people are shocked, and then we can have our question of the day.
I've had sex with 35 guys. Okay.
Whew. Oh Lord.
Impressive isn't the word. So if I'm judged for
Anybody else need a shot of this?
If I'm judged for having great taste.
We are in a bar, so help yourself. We got this for the next hour. Woo.
I've had sex with 35 guys.
So, yeah. So what is that? When you hear that, Miles, what do you think? Right. If you would have told me, I know she's over a dub, over a hundo, at least minimum over a hundo. You lied, like I lied to your pastor. You ain't got to lie to me. One, I don't necessarily care for her because of something that she wrote in her book about her relationships with guys and yeast infections. Yeah, it was nasty. I just don't want nothing. Like, I don't care. I like experience. I've said that. I like whores. I don't like hoes. I like whores. It's a difference. James, what's the difference between a whore and a hoe? A whore gives you all kinds of benefits. Like, whores are for us, for the people. A hoe, but a whore is discreet. A hoe, everybody knows what that hoe done did. So, perfect example, Rihanna, right? We can all imply that Rihanna's a whore in the bed. That's amazing. Sukiana, the girl who's going around here attacking men, eating their ass, bragging about eating, that's a whore. I mean, that's a hoe, excuse me. We don't want that hoe. I don't want a hoe that just literally makes rap songs about like that. Cardi B, I'm going to go, and she's a hoe, but she's a rapper, but she raps about other things. So she's kind of like that borderline. Enough to make you intrigued. You know she was a stripper. You know the shit happened. A whore, a hoe. Sexy Red. That's a hoe. It's just various stages. But I thought when she said 35, I'm like, shit, 35, that's way lower than I thought, man. I'm 36. So I'm like, this shit, like, because then I start thinking, and then to see Shannon, who was shocked by the high number, right?
Yeah, he's forced. He knows he ain't shocked.
But I'm like, and this is where women say it's the double standard. And there is a double standard, and there should be a double standard. I don't give a fuck what you guys say. Nobody wants to go around and teach their daughter to have sex with 150, or nobody grows up and says, you know what, I want my daughter to be superhead. Just telling the truth. But like, Shannon, you've experienced a hoe or two in your day, man. You played in the NFL when it was before camera phones. I know it was wild back then, man. You were able to experience the Black Spring Breaks, like Daytona College, Black College Reunion, Freaknik, all of that stuff, and you had money then. So I know you was I know you were a whore. And just as a guy who's had a lot of experience, I don't judge. I don't really even ask these questions. I don't really care. But I would like to know, the statistics state that the average male and female in America has between 4 to 8 sexual partners during their lifetime. I think that's entirely too low. But I also do realize that most people have never experienced sex. And most of the men who have kids have multiple kids. So it's like, y'all, that's why when women bash Future, I don't understand it, because y'all like Future. Not all of y'all, but some of y'all. But what's a number that's just too hot? You don't put your number unless you're out here bragging. And if you're a woman, just know J. Cole made this song, and I think it was in American Pie when they talked about it first. But you got to multiply by 3 when it comes to women, and you probably got to divide it by 3 when it comes to men. So but I am curious, what is a high number? And that segues us into Boulder, Colorado, Deion Sanders again. I'm almost want to do the whole thing that Stu Gatz and them that they do. But Deion's hot right now, and they got some good stuff going on in Boulder. My guy Seymour Stacks posted this video of Deion on draft day, and I ain't gonna lie, man, this shit is funny, man. Deion is definitely an icon. He ain't shit, but he's definitely an icon. This is hilarious. I would love for Travis Hunter to do something similar to this when it's his time to get drafted.
Here, I mean, plus we can see the nice primetime logo already, or what?
We got sweatsuit started, jacket started, everything. We got it going on here. Everybody got on jewelry. Even the baby got a little something. We ready now.
Even the baby has jewelry. Your feelings about going to Atlanta, no doubt it was your first preference.
Definitely. Atlanta or Tampa Bay. And Atlanta chose me, and I'm very pleased with that decision. I can't wait to get to town with Coach Campbell and get with them fans down there and pack them in there.
When Detroit took the other Sanders, I saw a big grin come across your face.
I was so happy. But I was kind of scared. I thought Detroit was going to take me. I would have asked for so much money that I had to put me on layaway.
On layaway, huh? No baseball's leverage there, huh?
No.
Now, if you see a lot of similarities, I see why Deion liked Travis Hunter. So if anybody remembers Travis Hunter before he went to Jackson State, like, you could tell when black people get money. You know how? Well, you can see the jewelry and all that. People look at that kind of shit. The first thing most of us get fixed? Our teeth. If you go back and do we have it? Like, I just want to go and just don't judge me. Deion has done a lot of things. He's put a lot of products in his hair over the course of time that made him go bald. And then he went and got an afro, which the surgical implants, he put it back on his that's how he has a hairline now. But Deion went and them teeth was them teeth was teething, man. But he went and got them things fixed, and God bless that. But Boulder, Colorado, USC plays Colorado this weekend. Another star-studded event. But again, I think people kind of getting caught up and not realizing that college football has been like this for quite some time. I remember I had a good friend of mine, Chuck Hobbs, say, has anybody ever done this with college football before? This much excitement, or Oregon's trying to bite off of that. And I'm like, no, Oregon's been like that. Oregon's been the thing. But like, now everybody's like, look at all the celebrities. I will say that a ton of celebrities have been there. If this were back in my day, man, it would be lit. Master P, I loved Master P growing up. I got in a lot of fights to Master P music. Cameron, yeah, hell yeah. I loved Dipset when I was in college. These kids don't really know who they are, but I will say this. USC, University of Southern Cal, in the early 2000s with Pete Carroll, literally had a lot of these celebrities. So people who are going to be in attendance, LeBron James and Bronny James. Obviously, Bronny goes to USC. Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, big USC fan. Lil Wayne, DJ Khaled, Matthew McConaughey, who's a Texas Longhorn fan. Will Ferrell, USC fan. Those guys have been going on there on those sidelines forever. But talking about other stuff, everybody bitched and cried and complained about the hit on Travis Hunter with Colorado State. And sometimes it takes the youth to just quell the bullshit. Travis Hunter, in a way that's the best because now they can benefit and profit off of it, invited Colorado State safety Henry Blackburn to be in his video. They got to know each other. They went bowling. Travis really wanted them to get to know each other and make sure they're on good terms. So play the video, just a little snippet of that. Go and check that out on your own time. I think this is awesome. I think more things on social media should happen like that. I'm a big proponent of going out and getting to learn other people.
Your boy Travis Hunter here. We back with another banger. We got a special guest. Come on in, man.
What's up with you?
What up?
How we doing? How we doing?
Good. Go ahead and let the people know who you is.
You know,
talking.
Henry Blackburn. You know, played CSU. We just played last weekend or last Saturday. You know, just making sure my guy's straight.
Yeah.
You know, just making sure he's good. Checking in with him. I know we talked after the game on the phone and then through the DMs and stuff. And
made this happen for the people that love to see negativity. This ain't a negative video, man. It's straight positive. And you know how we get. It's nothing but positivity this way. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
The only thing, does Henry really talk like that? Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just like, I always tell people, don't give it, but don't before, because we had somebody in the comments on the last one when I was talking about my dad. They talked about, like, they obviously did not hear the context. They might think that I just absolutely think my dad is a hero or something. I said clearly, my dad is not a great person. He just so happens to be my dad. And I say, I don't think he's racist per se. I just think he has a disdain for the other people. And he said, well, my mom isn't racist. She just didn't want me to have any black people over the house. I'm like, bitch, no, your mom's a piece of shit, just like my dad is. How about that? How about that? Like, and that's what people don't realize. It's like, I'm going to at least tell the fucking truth. I'm not excusing it. I'll tell you that. What I mean by that is when I see, we know how I pick on RJ all the time. Like, I was like, RJ, relax your voice. It's just us in the room right now, man. I don't need you talking like this, Like, and I don't want, on the flip side, like, if that's how you talk, God bless. There's a guy, Wale, and there's a guy, Josh Jackson, that I know. That's just how they talk. And that's great. I'm not saying they're being white. I'm not saying they're trying to be anything. I'm just saying that doesn't seem like a natural way for anybody who grew up in the South to talk. Not saying you got to sound a different way. I'm just saying, like, if you, like, the fact that, Miles, you don't overpronounce your vowels, but then I remember you guys are Hispanic. So it's like a whole bunch of shit going on up there. So, like, Boston people, I expect Boston people to sound a certain way. When you're from Baltimore, if you don't say do, all that weird ass talk, I would be like, yo, are you really from Baltimore, man? I want you to be comfortable in being who you are. And I'm not sure that Henry was, as comfortable as he was. I'm not saying he's going around sounding like, like a Backstreet Boy, but at the same time, I'm like, come on, Henry, if how you talk, like, talk how you talk. But I think it's dope though that that they both came together and did the right thing, man. Because a lot of people were trying to make this into, and it not the white people. It was some opportunistic white people, but it was you, the blacks, trying to make this into something that it wasn't. Racism. God, and even in the video with the black kid that hit the worker, some guy has this stick. Well, still not as bad as a city being named after a racist president. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck does that have to do with the price of oil in China? Like, I don't understand what some people's thought processes. But yeah, people are weird, man. People are weird, but Travis and Henry met up on the YouTube channel. They did a bowling. They gambled with a bowling match. The winner donated the money to charity. I hope. I don't know. I'm just gonna assume, yeah, racist. Like it's not. It's like, come on, we don't like. How many black people you see bowl? I don't know how to bowl. I know how to throw a projectile down an alley and pray that stuff gets knocked over. There were a lot of stuff. Bowlers, skater. You know what, Miles? Go pull up. I need you to go find the Harold before actually post Travis first. And that because Travis is a nut ass freak bull. I want people to realize that. That one. Yeah, we're gonna post that. And I'm gonna show you why. There's nothing wrong with this. Travis is a heterosexual African American male, but I know why Boulder was a choice for him. Jackson, Mississippi. He wasn't comfortable in Jackson, Mississippi for all the same reasons that Keon Coleman. I knew Keon Coleman wasn't going to Ole Miss. If y'all followed our show, these people, remember, if nobody else has told you this, your likes on Twitter, we can see that. What you do is I'm gonna tell you how you get the good shit. We can't see your bookmarks though. We can see what you like, but we can't see your bookmarks. So push that real quick, Miles, and then we're gonna talk about these old heads that be acting brand new. See, we got another green. Did we get another member, or is that a? Oh yeah, my dude Jay. He knows. My guy knows all about the DR, Florida High Zone. Travis Hunter. This is his Twitter page or X, whatever it's calling, and boom, right there. That is what somebody looked at his likes, and he likes a specific type of thing, and good for him. Nothing wrong with that. But people were. That was what everything was about. And Zach Smith, who is a nut ass freak bull as well, guy who allegedly beats his wife, but has a weird affection for Urban Meyer. He posted that, but I just need Travis to realize that we can see you, Travis. We can see you, brother. But good shit going on in Boulder. A lot of people think I just hate Deion, which is partially true, but I do love what Deion is doing. But go look up Harold Melvin in the Blue Notes. And I want people to see these old heads are around here, probably on YouTube, are going around here making young black men think that they're now they were heartless and they were savage. They were also the most toxic individuals in the world because their heartlessness and savage wasn't like Future. Future just doesn't give a fuck. They would go and break hearts, and then they would go get 6 of their best friends to go serenade and sing this woman. Is that the one with I Miss You? Yeah, I think that might be. Yeah. So, like, just one, they talk about how tight these boys' clothes are. They talk about how short how they're dressing. These men dress like figure skaters. It went on TV shows. And then just listen to the pain in Teddy Pendergrass's voice when he's singing this. Now, this is a song of losing your best eater in today's terms for my young people who don't know. Like, you lost your girl, you knew she did all the tricks that you like, and she's with somebody else. This is what you do. You get your light-skinned friend to sing the high part, and then you come in there and just finish off the rest. Like, if you dress like this right now, all your uncles was ask if you were part of the alphabet community. That too. Oh, chest hair all the way out, smelling like Issa Miyake. Just you can, because you know them old heads, man. We coached there. We played against Riverside, and one of the old black coaches came up to me, man. I could smell him when he opened this car door. Like, I don't. I'm still trying to learn the cologne game. I like to smell good, but I just don't want to smell somebody before I see them, whether it's perfume or cologne. But like, old men don't care, man. But this is just what I'm saying. So like, we try to. Old people are giving guidance to young people, knowing good and well y'all was fucked up. Well, y'all was way more fucked up in your youth. And some of y'all old people is listening to this and don't remember y'all. There are receipts coming out every day over there crying and singing. And my man Lenny Williams said he watched, and this is the music they was listening to. And they knew the song Lenny Williams, Cause I Love You. And Lenny said, and I watched television until television went off. Do you know how long, even then, you know how long you had to watch television until television went off? I told my son Trey, I said, Trey, you know, son, back in Yalitza's day, that's my mother, that's what he calls her, you know, they only had 4 channels. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, and there was no streaming. You had to actually sit through commercials. And, you know, kids didn't have rights. There weren't multiple TVs. I said, Grandma Isla had one big ass box TV that everybody had to watch everything on. That's like, and at about midnight, they just played the national anthem and it had a flag. That's all that you saw. Not even infomercials. It was just, so like, you know, he's gonna listen to some of these songs. And then this is what they, so when Lenny said, and I went home and I watched television until television went off. That means he watched it until he saw the American flag and then played the national anthem. And he said, then I went and I played my records until I just didn't want to hear them anymore. He played shit like that. So when Jay-Z said I couldn't see him coming down my eyes, so I had to let the song cry, that's what it is. That's a pain that I don't ever want to experience. That shit sounds painful. Oh, oh, that's how some of y'all sounded in the first half of the Florida State Clemson game. Oh, Coach Fuller. Oh, that shit sounds awful. I don't ever want to, like, that's worse than stuff. I'd rather stub my toe 1,000 times than ever go through whatever the hell Teddy Pendergrass went through in that. By the way, Teddy Pendergrass is one of the coldest motherfuckers too in the world. I miss you. Oh, this is a good one. I was with the ACC refs. Ooh, oh, another hold I see. Hold I see from the ACC officials. Oh. Oh man, what sucks is the way Teddy P went out is the worst way to go out. One of the coldest motherfuckers ever. Went out, got in a car wreck with a tranny in the car.
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
the sound. That's when you make that.
Oh, man could get any woman on earth. I'm not saying what he did or what he didn't, and I'm not judging, but Teddy P was a cold motherfucker, man. Cold motherfucker. If you're a history major, we're gonna have the Battle of the Mid coming up, or Midway. I just call it take the way off. Battle of the Mid. Kentucky's playing Florida. Nick Del Torre, who is a reporter for the Gators. Make sure I give Nick his proper. He's on 3 Gators Online. Works for on 3, and it's part of the Big Fruit Roll-Up network. If you're a history major, you'll understand what this GIF is. World War II. That's the Battle of the Midway. So that's what the Battle of the Mid, and why I call it the Battle of the Mid. Graham Mertz and Devin Leary are supposed to be 2 of the better quarterbacks in the SEC. Graham Mertz 951 yards passing, Leary 1060. Mertz with 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 4-to-1 ratio. Leary with 9. He's got almost a 2-to-1 ratio, 9 touchdown passes, 5 interceptions. I'm just under 60% completion percentage. Mertz just under 80%. Doesn't take any chances. I expect a very boring football game that I will watch. But yeah. So, oh Lord, everybody's over here picking on Johnny Wilson, but you know what? Let's get into that. Some FSU talk. Go watch Florida, Kentucky. All of us will be there. Miami and Florida State are on buys. We will be able to watch the 3-1 team go up against a 4-0 team, and we'll be able to at Kentucky see how that goes. But FSU, Jordan Reed talks about Keon Coleman, and Jordan Reed also did a great breakdown on nephew Kalen DeLoach, his touchdown, his basically forced fumble into a touchdown. Brought up a really, really good point about the running back messing up. Jordan Reed does a really good job of his pro football analysis. Former NFL player in Georgia football standout George Foster puts NFL playmaker. I'm afraid to play it because I don't want to not fucking play it. We'll figure it out. But this is Keon Coleman. He said he has 10 contested touchdown receptions since the start of the season, the most in FBS over that span. He's got 6 touchdowns already, but just watch what this young man can do. This is Jay Trav dropping back, tossing that bean up there against Clemson. This is the game-winning touchdown. So what I talked about with this is it's push pause right there. Yeah, we can get a little slow motion. I'd be forgetting we got that ability. You don't have to go all the way to the beginning. So J Trav throws it. So everybody complains, and I've been doing a lot of breakdowns. We'll do a lot more breakdowns on the DIN Media Group because a lot of y'all are watching, are listening to people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But everybody says, why do we only throw the 50-50 contested ball? Well, here's why. In this situation, Jordan could have thrown this ball out the back of the end zone. And you know what Keon Coleman could have done? He has enough speed to be able to go run and go get that ball, even though the safety's coming over the top. This corner's got pretty good position and is going to fight to try to cut him off. So he could underthrow it, or he could just back shoulder throw it. So each time Keon Coleman or Johnny Wilson goes up, there are 3 points of attack that he could have on the ball at any given time. That makes the 50-50 ball and the jump ball that much more dynamic, almost as good as throwing a normal slant, running a normal dig. I get it. Now, will that help him in the NFL? Not my fucking problem. It's hard to defend in college when you have that much of a wider field, especially with the hash marks. So, but now that you know that, J Trav underthrows the ball, and you see why it works. So here, underthrown, guy still going forward. His momentum is at the DB's at the 2 with his momentum going forward. Ain't shit he could do but pray that Keon doesn't get into the end zone. And obviously, God wasn't listening. Because, as I tell people, God really don't give a fuck about football, man. He has bigger shit to worry about. Nah, Nate Wiggins was hurt. Actually, Nate Wiggins got hurt on the last play, one of the last plays of regulation for Florida, and that would have that would have stunk. That stunk for them. It's good for us, terrible for them. Real quick, just some housekeeping notes, guys. We have about 24 likes, and we have about 47 people in the chat, almost 50. So we can get y'all to go ahead and handle that and push that like button. And I'll tell you why. Because if y'all listen and y'all told friends to tell friends, and we were at 3,000 right now, we'll be giving away $300, and then we will be giving away to another winner, probably Raymond. We'll be giving $24 at this point to that person because we give away likes. But everybody's talking, the fan base, the rival fan base is talking, they ain't doing nothing, they ain't doing nothing. They're talking about the dike at Miami. I even had my kid, Derek, talking shit to me about that damn dike. He's a Miami commit. Week 5 college football top 20 quarterbacks per on 3. Makes sense. Caleb Williams. Don't understand Drake may be rated higher than Michael Penix Jr. or Shadur Sanders, but fine. Those are your top 4. Sam Hartman, 5, who should not be over Jaden Daniels or Bo Nix at Oregon. Drew Allar at Penn State. Dylan Gabriel, former UCF quarterback at Oklahoma. JJ McCarthy at Michigan. How the fuck is JJ McCarthy at? Let me go look. This is egregious. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not a hater. One, he looks weird. Went to IMG. No, I don't want his Wikipedia. I need his stats. And I want his game by game stats too. JJ has 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions in 4 games. He's 4-0 at Michigan. But let's just look at what he did against Bowling Green State University. He had 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. It was a blowout, but it wasn't because of him. He was 8 for 13, 143 yards. He's played absolutely nobody, and he has not been the reason why Michigan is winning games. He should not be 10. Spencer Rattler, I can give him that. Jordan Travis is at 12. And the Dyke is right after him. And all they've talked about is how good the Dyke has played in the 4 games against Mandarin Middle School, Daytona College for Women, Utah, who in a loss, and in a battle against Charlotte. Yes, Charlotte. Everybody's talking about how much better their guys are, but nobody believes it but the other fans. This is why I keep trying to tell FSU fans, stop getting into these arguing matches with motherfuckers who don't believe what they say. Like, y'all be really out here going ham. And then they've been saying Keon Coleman and Johnny Wilson are overrated. They've been saying they haven't done much this season. They're picking on Johnny Wilson and the fact that he doesn't have, they call him a possession receiver, but he's averaging over 20 yards a catch. I'm gonna take them possessions and show the fuck with them. Top 25 wide receivers in college football. Number 1, the guy who looks like he's a blackface character, Marvin Harrison Jr. I hope his dad does not hear this because I don't want to get shot. Yo, did you hear the Shannon Sharp versus Chad Johnson debate?
Yeah, I saw that.
And then he named him, and he said, T.O. He said, come on, man, you named the debate. Marvin Harrison. And he said, okay, but it wasn't even an okay. It was like, okay, like, I think I'm better than him. But it was like, I don't want to get shot.
Yeah.
I know he bought that life.
It got so quiet.
Yeah, he's okay. Very dirty. Shannon, he did to Shannon what Skip attempted to do to Shannon.
Yeah.
I mean, Shannon did to Ocho Cinco what Skip tried to do to him. Roma Duns, don't know who that is. Malik Neighbors, who Florida State shut down, but apparently he been eating against the SEC. Again, everybody, Florida State's defense sucks. Oh, y'all been going on and on, but guess what? Florida State defense shut down them motherfuckers. And you know what LSU's been doing? Since they've been eating on SEC opponents. So, like, shut the fuck up. But after Malik Neighbors, we got Keon Coleman, a bunch of other people. Colorado State has a good wide receiver that had a big game against Colorado. Another Ohio State guy. At 18, Johnny Wilson. You know what I don't see in the top 25? And I might be missing it. Do you have the list up there? And anybody you guys looking on YouTube, y'all can go through and check that top 25 list as well. If you can help me locate the Florida wide receiver. I think I saw Reposado's got to be there, right? Yeah, okay. Reposado's there. Yeah, okay. But when your best wide receiver is behind our second best wide receiver, you should be quiet. Just vibe, chill out, enjoy being 4-0. No matter what people say, 4-0 is hard to get, even if it's against the Daytona School for women. and in the School for the Deaf and the Blind and Mandarin Middle School. You still got to go out there. You still got to play those games. Got to be played. People talk about Florida State, and we talk about how bad they've been. When you're looking at right now the NCAA power rankings, FPI ranks UNC number 8 through week 4. It's what somebody Pro Football Focus ranks them the number 6 hardest in the country for the same period. North Carolina's had a good hard schedule. Virginia, shout out to Colorado, very difficult schedule. I'll give them props for that. TCU and Oregon is very difficult to start off your season with. Florida State has the 7th most difficult schedule in the month of September and finished 4-0, and with the stats that they finished with. That says a lot. And that's Pro Football Focus. And I think FPI, which is what we will look at next, or is it Pro Football? One of them. Saturday Road put FPI per ESPN. Florida State has had the toughest schedule in the ACC up to this point. 2nd, Georgia Tech. 3rd, Boston College. 4th, Clemson. The 2 ACC opponents that you played, all you guys kind of factored into having the top 4 schedule. UVA 5th, Pitt 6th, NC State, who's 3-1 with the 7th, UNC 8th, Miami 9th. So Miami has the 9th toughest schedule. Duke has the 11th, and they're 4-0. Louisville has the 12th, they're also 4-0. I think Miami's schedule gets really, really tough here on out as they play 8 straight ACC opponents. It's going to be interesting for them. Moving on into high school recruiting, a lot of stuff is getting excited. I need these parents to come to the front of the congregation and tell us exactly what they are feeding their children. And if you go to that next thing, there is a 6'8", 255-pound quarterback roaming the United States. Actually, I think oh yeah, there's a video with it. So I want them to see the video because he's actually spinning it. He's a 3-star quarterback. That's a big motherfucker right there. Jared Lorenzen. If you don't know who Jared Lorenzen is, God rest the dead. He's the former Kentucky quarterback who was built like an offensive lineman that was out there just slanging that pill. Actually played for the New York Giants for some time. But let's watch some of his highlights. See if he's any good as a family. It's a big boy. He's got a little, not very mobile. But yeah, that boy right there didn't. And it's not okay. Now I see why he's a 3-star. Okay, that's a good got a good little arm on him.
Like you said, these guys know each other so very well, but he showed the poise.
That was good.
And still delivered the touchdown strike. He just showed the.
That was a good. Okay, yeah. Okay, this is giving me Arch Manning vibes. Yeah, that DB is a duck. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna tell you this. As I always joke, my son's 6'8", 255. First off, we know he's not my son, and I don't need to go to Maury Povich because they don't make us that big. Secondly, he's my son now, and what we would be doing is we're gonna be rushing the fucking passer, or we're gonna be protecting the passer. If you don't get your big ass in a pass set and start kick sliding, or if you don't start working on some damn swim moves, I know something. You can go play quarterback on the men's flag football league for the rest of your life, son. You are not an NFL quarterback. This is what I don't like. And this is where old heads are right. We have pacified our nation and our sons by making everybody want to be the goddamn quarterback. Like, fuck all that, man. Teach that boy how to penetrate or how to stop penetration. Pause. That might be another side. Like, yo, B, that was egregious. Like, this man is playing It's
Unknown caller.
stop calling me. It's not one of y'all. This young man is like nobody on there. It doesn't look like he's playing against. This is why when people ask me, and there's guys like my running back that I don't understand why they aren't being heavily recruited. But then there are some people who like, my son has 3,000 yards rushing and nobody's recruiting him. It's because your son is not playing anybody. Well, it shouldn't matter. It's not his fault. Yes, it is. It's 100% absolutely your fault. You could go put your son in another school. You chose, for whatever reason, you have your reasons to choose a school that you chose. I have no problem with it. But what I'm saying is you can't be upset at the outcome if you put your son in a school where they play fifth graders on varsity. Like if your kid's 5'6", it's just not a lot of good. Like football's probably not the sport for your kid. 6'8", 255, pick the right fucking position. That's really what I'm trying to. Like he's athletic enough to be a hella power forward. He throws the ball well though. Can't knock him on that. But I'm just saying, like nobody's afraid of you on the D1 on the Power 5 level. So go talk to go listen to Nephew's interview, and I'm gonna say Nephew's a great kid, but it's starting to like go to my theory about football players. It's got to be something wrong with you to play the sport at that level. Like just a little, like something go this way, that way. Could he be a serial killer? I don't know. Maybe. I still support him. I'll support him like Florida Gators support Chico. Now, luckily, he's not a homosexual homicidal maniac like Chico was, Aaron Hernandez. But did you see the guy crying? Chandler Jones saying, "I know he didn't commit suicide in a cell," and like it's, yeah, man. I see stuff like that, man, and it just makes me be like, "Yo, CTE is real." Like, man, we need to get that man some help, man. Like, Chico been dead for a minute now, bro. He was like, yeah, he wasn't a good person, man. As the doctor says, CTE is the pixie dust that families sprinkle on terrible people. So that they could have an explanation. He just couldn't have been that bad of a person. Yeah. Oh, that's something. Oh, you wasn't here in the beginning. That's some Blanton's, Eric. If you're an all-in member and you happen to be in the Jacksonville area, you get to partake in some Blantons because I get to partake in Blantons. But if you go back to that video, Mouse, please, because there's another big motherfucker in that thread, that Twitter thread. Because I'm not feeding a 6'8", 255-pound person either. But I for damn sure don't know what the fuck to feed this other motherfucker right here, the lineman. Like, if you get that big off of ramen, then God bless. But I'm not. Like, just push play on this. Let's see if he's in the good state. And taught him how to protect the passer. Pretty good with his feet. I'm how you do it, but that's not fair. I don't like that's not working on a college level. Oh, Jesus. How you gonna hate from outside the club? You can't even get in. Wow. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Yes. Violence. I love it. You know what I know? You know what this actually, you know what? At first I was gonna say, you raise this fat, undisciplined motherfucker, you're a terrible parent. But no, let me tell you, go back. We're gonna watch this. Let me tell you why. Can we slow it down a little bit on this one too? This is good parenting. I'm gonna give you guys some free game by big game parenting advice. If you have a large mammal as a child, too many of you guys say things because this kid's probably was big out the womb. And you'll say stuff like, no, be gentle. Be nice to the other kids. Have you ever seen the big kids around little kids when they're small? Everybody's always telling the big kid to be careful of the little kids. You know what the little kids are always doing? Not being careful of the big kid, and then be the bad ones. And then what happens is you're training your puppy to not bite. And then you get mad that you got this big mammal that don't want to do nothing when they're in high school because you automatically expect them to cut it on. No, what you have to do is this. I think I've done a decent job of this. I want my boys to be a little deranged. But they know when I walk in the room and when I say something, shit need to stop. And that's how you raise killers like this guy right here. This big motherfucker is literally cutting it on and whipping ass. That means his mama didn't tell him, take it easy on the little kids, because everybody's a little kid to him. If we can get him to do some push-aways with his push-ups and pull-ups, he might be a little bit better. But it does also remind me of what Greg McGarity, who you guys need to go check out if you want to know how the bowl game process works. We have Drive to Selection. We got plenty of content for you guys to digest. We were talking about Jordan Davis. I think it was off camera. We weren't on camera, but we were talking about Jordan Davis, D lineman from Georgia. That's with the Eagles. He was talking about why he was a 3-star. People didn't think he could control his weight, and it took him like a couple years while he was there to control his weight. And it was actually almost time. Kirby almost booted him, but he didn't. He got. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you gotta have a little. Like, they're paid to be your nutritionist, but if you're going around sneaking gummy bears late at night, then it ain't nothing they can do. Well, not now, not in pros, in college, when he was just a 3-star. So like now it looks like, woo, that would have been a dumbass decision. But then it was just like, hey man, you might not see the field. Like Florida got the guy that's like, Florida has the guy that they put on a diet that gained weight, and he's just big. I can't think of his name right now. Somebody in the chat might be able to think of Big Bertha's name. But what I'm like, Mike Hall put, it's like that 450-pound dude UF had that's still at UF. Yeah. Moral of the story: raise bullies, but have the bullies be afraid of you. Every good pit bull has to be afraid of something. Just let that something be you, and you'll be all right. And you will make a Division I athlete. But there has to be something wrong with your child, whether it be an IEP number, whether it be they're emotionally unstable at times, but they see you. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. I don't know exactly what my problem. Desmond Watson is the fat boy from Florida's name. I don't know what my problem is, but like, look at that kid's face.
It's so funny.
It's like the other kids are just like, man, fuck, man. There's only one way to attack somebody that big. That being said, the big motherfucker at quarterback might play or might make it. Damn. Jesus, that looks really bad. Because of the new NFL rules. And if you go and there's a picture on that on the slide, I mean on those notes, if you gotta go all the way down. So if you put that up on the so Richard Sherman made this comment. Richard Sherman made this comment, and it kind of got people in a tizzy, but I think he's right about it. He said, the Tush push is what they're calling it. It's what the Eagles do. They basically line up their biggest motherfuckers, and they are literally forming a wedge in the middle of your line, and they are putting 2 other large motherfuckers right behind the quarterback, and they are literally pushing him over the top to get the first down. Now, the NFL made illegal this exact same thing on field goals because it gave an unfair advantage to the defense. And they said that it was unsafe. So my problem with the tush push is that NFL literally banned defensive players from pushing other players into offensive formation on field goal and PATs because it was a health and safety issue. But now it's okay because it benefits the offense. And that was that's a valid point. That being said, I don't think it's this valid of a point to what Phil Sims son said that they need to go do in order to get this to stop. And we got the that's the tweet with the pasty white guys. Yeah, that one.
But they know. And then, the other thing that's going to stop it is, which is like, if I was a defensive coach, I'd be going with go ahead hunting on the quarterback here. Go ahead. Let him have it. Dive over, go crazy, try to kill the quarterback. That's what I would do.
Okay.
I don't mean it
First
like
of
that.
all,
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
No, I did, but
I didn't say that, first of all.
But here,
second of all, that's not what Chris means.
Yeah, I don't mean kill, but I mean just make them pay, make them think twice about doing it. But the other aspect is like, yeah,
you
there's
know
some
what? When
teams
people
doing
have
it,
to say
but
that,
they know. And then
like,
the other thing that's going to stop it is, and which is like, if I was a defensive coach,
like you kind of knew it was kind of fucked up when you said it, and as a quarterback, you used to cry when people made you pay. Like, you just got to watch the way you talk. And if you go under the go back to the thing, what was it? Chris Sims is a guy, says a lot of comments that are just really silly. Like Chris Sims talks about quarterback intellect when this came to Jalen Hurts and other people. Now he's talking about making the physical ones pay. It's under I Think We Need This. It's the Instagram one, the first Instagram thing. Not that one. That's Twitter. It should be right under that. Because this is Chris Sims' comments on, like, Chris Sims' comments on the intellectual ability of quarterbacks, but then this was him when faced with having to learn. Now, granted, I'm gonna be honest with you. I went to Peyton with Sean Payton. This shit is hard, but this is what motherfuckers who tell you guys that people got to be smarter. This is how they were when they were supposed to be the smart ones. Hopefully the audio works. First, I thought it was Coach Kevin Sullivan, but he does kind of look like John Gruden. But push play real quick.
Christ. Just go scatter to west, right, tight, F left. Yeah. 372 Y stick, C spot.
Here we go.
So when people say football players are stupid, how many people can repeat what was just said real quick? We'll run it back. We can run it back if we need to.
Scattered. Say it again.
Scatter to west, right, tight, F left. 372 Y stick, Z spot.
Here we go. Scattered to
west, right, tight.
Scattered to west, right, tight, F left. 372. 372.
Y stick, Z spot.
Z spot. I'm already.
Christ. Let's go scatter to west, right, tight, F left.
Why can't they just get the play right? Bitch, they can't get the play in. Did you hear that? That's what, and that was a short play. Like, there are longer plays than that get called in the huddle, guys. Like, it's a wild sport. But I did forget something in all our FSU talk. I know I had to put it in here. I can't believe if I didn't put it in there. Damn me if I didn't. How long we been going, Miles? That's what we gotta finish it up. It's in the Colorado talk. I just missed it. Hold on, it's gotta be. No, I put that bit. All right, if you go, it's the one right before on three. It's the third before last when we talking about still smoking in Boulder. It says Big Game James. All right, click on that one. Scroll up. No. Oh shit! I thought I had the videotape in there. Anyways, there's a guy who is a commentator, and he's been hating on Florida. His name is Joel Klatt. Maybe we can go look up Joel Klatt on the Twitter, because did not know that Joel Klatt played football. I know who Joel Klatt is, but apparently I played against Joel Klatt. Joel Klatt played quarterback at Colorado. And I found this out because of Trey Rowland. And Trey Rowland put watching FSU beat Colorado by 40 points from the bench in 2003 has melted Joel Klatt's brain. And I'm like, I was at that game. I played in that game. That game, I'm not gonna say which teammate was. That game, you know how we talk about 102 players played against Southern Miss? That's basically what happened with Florida State Colorado played in 2003. There is a teammate of mine who literally made an entire fucking, like, went on podcast networks talking about his career at Florida State when he had like 3 carries in his career, and they all came in that Colorado game. And he had people like, he got a picture, like all my pictures come from Getty Images or AP. My mom didn't have the good cameras and stuff like that back then. She had the little the disposals, the click ones, and then like those don't do good play-by-play. It just doesn't have the video on there. Oh, he's trying to figure out how to spell it. Klatt, I think. Yeah. He's talking about, I hate the look. Why does everybody have to look the same? Nah, that's not it. He's talking about the undefeated teams. So we just go look for the undefeated teams. He's picking them.
CJ Wilson.
Damn, CJ. That might be it. No, never mind. Fuck Joe Klatt. But the bottom line is, damn, I messed my stuff up. Don't be like Joe Klatt. Lastly, just go ahead down to the last one because we got to finish this up. Shout out to the XFL merging with the USFL. I think that'd be dope. But I want to play this video by Ebony Williams, who made news a little while ago saying that she would never date a bus driver. And I want y'all to listen to what she's saying. And it's kind of like Kevin Samuels died so Ebony K. Williams could walk. It's like amazing the things that are like now. Like she was like one of the ultra feminists. Like it's just like you're successful and you got to do this. Listen to what she's saying. And tell me it's not what Kevin Samuels had been saying his entire platform where black women were hating him. Or women in general, not just black women. And some men who some simps, and I get it, but go ahead and push that play button. We got the audio. Oh.
That needs to be said out loud is that as black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding. And the exact opposite is true for black women. As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades, the reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year. No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated black men is so low when compared to black college-educated women that we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men.
Isn't this what
and as we heard today,
really had a
on
whole
most
platform saying that
campuses,
everybody
there's like
hated him?
7 black women students for every 1 black man
But you
student.
can push pause
Y'all
on
do
it.
the math.
I think she's
So here's my
wrong,
advice.
Kinda.
If you
I think she's right, kinda. I think the problem is just thinking that just because you got a degree, that means you're smarter than everybody, or that you're better. Some of the people I know make the most money don't use their degree or don't have a college degree. Like if you tell a woman to go date a truck driver right now, she'll be like, ugh, not knowing that truck drivers making over 6 figures. And you don't need no degree to do that. It's like when you listen to people like what they do and they lead with their degrees, and you tell them the degree is more valuable to them than the actual money. And the only thing you got is debt. Here's a thought: whether it's polygamous, whether it's monogamous, be with somebody who actually likes you. Stop trying, and I'm not opposed to the being strategic part. It's just that's what a lot of these cats have been saying. But I'll say this for my fellas, and I believe this. I don't necessarily like Charleston White, but I'll leave you with these thoughts from Charleston White. He kind of dropped some bars. I learned this more so when I was in the hospital bed. I still feel this way. It's not a sulking thing. It's just when you accept what reality is, life becomes a lot easier and it becomes more fun, especially when you know what your purpose is. And Charleston White does a lot of bullshit, but this was real.
You die, they gonna stand over and tell you. You just won't hear it. Don't look to her, but they gonna say it. And when you gone, that's when they gonna realize, man, Daddy was great, such and such was great, because your presence ain't there. You cannot add and tally up who you are as a man until you gone. And that presence is not there. As long as you're here, they can't tally you up. They don't know what's missing until it's gone. You want to be a great man,
And that's
just wait till you.
it. You gotta you just gotta realize, man, if you're doing good stuff, you can't take a tally of it until you're gone, man. I don't look for it'd be nice to have them flowers, but flowers die anyway. So on that note, man, we appreciate you guys. Hope you have a great weekend. We are hopefully this weekend we will meet our goals. We'll get over 3,000 subs. We're still at 29.90, and we're giving away free tickets to the FSU Virginia Tech game on Wednesday. That is sold out. We got our fantasy, our college football pick'em, our pigskin pick'em. Don't be like me and not pick your Thursday night football team. So now you're down one. So even if I got to go 15-0 to beat B Lynn on pigskin pick'em. But a lot of fun. Make sure when you go and you win, you make sure you make yourself known and announce yourself. Nobody announced themselves from the last weekend's winners. So now we're into this weekend. So, hey, that $50 is gone now. It's already spent. So I need you guys to make sure you're doing that. Please continue to tell everybody else to come hang out with me. We'll have more stuff. We'll have more stuff going on as the weeks go. If you really liked the interviews and the exclusive stuff, we'll try to make sure that happens more each and every week. Let's get the membership up. Let's get the subscribers up. Appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me, and we will see you guys next time.